This is video number 2 on getting this Craftsman mower, Briggs & Stratton engine with a quantum engine and the push to prime system. And I have used the duct tape like I described to you, with a strip this way and then a strip this way. That's over there, they meet there. And then I've done that twice, and I've made sure that I had the seal right up against where the air comes out, against that edge right there, because I definitely don't want any air leaking out there, because it's got to travel along this channel up here with no leakage until it gets to that tiny little hole, which I have left open. I have not covered it with the metallic duct tape. It's open. Also, the reason I use, it's stable. This is not falling off. It's not going to hit the ground because there's a very light adhesive on the back of this duct tape. And so now I can take a standard Briggs & Stratton gasket and put on there. But before I do that, I've got to address this incorrect bulb. So let's get that off and begin that process. So I'll be trying to do that here. I'm going to be using genuine Briggs & Stratton type tools to do this. This grabs the clips on the side and allows you to compress that. You can use a screwdriver. There's lots of videos about that. But I repair so many mowers, I've got the actual tongs that grab that. And then this is what is the Briggs standard tool to push the primer bulb into place. And you can see the little notch there. That's so the little ears of that white plastic have a place to go, and then you push it down. So let's go ahead and begin. And so I've got to get this bulb out. I'm going to try to do it where you can see it. And I'm going to use the Briggs tool, which is a big pair of tongs, and I'm going to grab around the outside. Oh wow, he's messed that up real good. I may not even have to use this tool, it's so loose. So let's just see if I can get it out of there without a whole lot of effort. I think he's broken off one of the ears. Let me see if I can grab that one up there and push it down, and now begin to work that up. And once you get it off the bottom and you can sort of see a space there, then you just get any little screwdriver you've got and you slip it in there and start pushing that thing out. But the hard part is squeezing those ears down and getting them to where they'll clear. So now I think I can just grab this with some needle nose pliers and pull the bulb out. And I'm going to save this bulb because I'm sure it's good, and I'll use it on a pulse-jet carburetor. So let me set that aside. I'm not going to use that clip because it's broken. One of the little ears is going off of it. Oh man, he may have stuck in a bunch of the liquid gasket material around the base of that. No, it's okay. It's okay. So I'm going to pull this out now, and I may be able to use this later on the little pulse-jet thing, and I'll just have to replace that clip. Let me set that over there. All right. So now we're going to put the correct bulb. And see, here's the difference. This one has a dimple, and it's a hole. It's got a hole. This one does not. I don't know if you can see the light going through there, but this is the correct, and it's slightly bigger, you know. This is the correct bulb for a quantum priming system. This is for a pulse-jet. Okay, so now I'm trying to use this thing, even though he's boogered up real good by over-torquing these screws. I'm going to try to use this. And what I do is right on these little ears, there and there. I put a little tiny drop of oil just to make this a little easier, and it kind of helps avoid breakage, and it just slides in there a little easier. All right, so making sure that I've got the ear lined up with that opening, I'm going to start pushing this into place. All right, and it is lining up pretty good. And then you take the Briggs & Stratton tool or your screwdriver, and you begin to push this down and work those ears so that they're in that opening. So it's starting to go. It takes a little bit of effort. Push this way. I'll push on this side a little bit. And I'll push on this side a little bit. Probably should put more oil on there, but it's a little bit, okay, it's starting to go down. You notice my duct tape has not moved, it hasn't fallen off or anything. It's on there. Go ahead and pull this out and kind of clean and lubricate a little better. Let's see what's going on in there, because that should have slid in a little easier. He may have, I see a little bit of that gasket material over there, but that shouldn't be a problem. Let me just kind of run this screwdriver around in there. All right, and now I'm going to put a light coating of oil in here to help out. So I'm just put a couple of drops there. Now I'm going to mush that around with my finger. And now I'm going to try again with this. So I'm lining up this ear with those openings. I'm going to push down. Wish I had a paper towel. Hang on a second. I get that oil off my hands. So now, using the tool, I'm going to push down. It's going a little easier, much easier, really. So I actually like to see the red below the white, so I know it's going to contact that thing real well. I'm going to pull it out again. Okay, now I'm going to get this little plastic clip where it's way up high and kind of ease this. There we go. So now I see the red rubber on both sides. So it's starting to go into place. Great. See that? It's in place. Now I can push the clip into place. So I'm looking to make sure the ears are lined up with these openings. And they are. So now I can start to push down. Okay, there we go. Because I wanted that rubber to hit the bottom of that and seal real well. So now I can push down, push down, push down. It's looking good on both sides. And now, sometimes what I'll do, if it doesn't want to seat real easy, I'm putting a lot of pressure on this thing. And what I'll do is I'll hit this on a hard surface with the tool in place. Okay, it's going down a little further now each time. I'll go again. Okay, that's looking much better. Make sure it's on top of the ears. It's a lot easier to do it this way than pushing with a screwdriver and maybe breaking the thing. That's why these tools are helpful. Oh yeah, now that's looking real good on that side. I'm gonna do the other side. Just kind of lining that up a little better. And that's looking good. Okay, I see very little gap there. Okay, so now, that's a good bulb. It's gonna spring back, and every time it comes out and you take your thumb off, there's fresh air in there to push in. That's why you want that little hole there. Okay, so now let's see if we can get this thing on. I try not to let my videos run on too long, so let's wrap this up now. When you come back, we're going to install this thing.